Hi everybody, this is Lefty Dad, and today with Replay PC Baseball, it's the third game, Game 3 of the 1960 World Series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Yankees. And in the first two games, Pittsburgh has won. And you can see here that the New York Yankees are hitting 300, but their ERA is over 5. And I think we can look at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is hitting 313 batting average, but the pitching is much better, 2.00. And in the last game, Pittsburgh won 4-1. So let's go to the game, and these are the actual lineups. Whitey Ford was on the mound for New York, and Vinegar, Bend, Mizell for, I hope I'm pronouncing Mizell correctly. If not, we'll just call him Vinegar. And the first two games were at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, and now we've moved to Yankee Stadium. I had the sound turned off because otherwise it'd be way too loud. But the sound in this game is phenomenal, and Whitey Ford is on the mound. Whitey Ford was 31 years old. Casey Stengel really switched up the lineup for this game. We'll see that in the bottom of the first. But you can also see that Whitey Ford was 12-9 in 1960. There's kind of a conspiracy theory that the general manager of the Yankees made sure that no pitcher pitched enough innings to ever win 20 games, and that way they didn't have to pay him so much. And you can see here that Whitey Ford pitched 192 innings. The chairman of the board, he was only 5'10". And let's go. They've got Bob Serve, who it says he's from Lincoln, Nebraska, but actually I think he's from Wahoo, Nebraska, which is near Lincoln. Let's go, Bill Verdon. The statistics you see here are what they're doing in the series so far. I could change it. Maybe I'll change it so that you can see what their actual statistics were, and you can still see how they're doing in the series. So Verdon hit 264, but in the series he's hitting 125. First pitch, and it is a fly out to right field to Maris. Now here's Dick Grote, who was the batting leader in the National League in 1960, but he's only hitting 143. And this is a single to right field. I don't know if Mizell, I guess I can't see that yet, but they have a real right-handed lineup here. Verdon led off, but he's the only left-hander in the lineup. So Grote's on first. Clemente is up. Clemente, he's doing quite well, hitting 571. This is going to be a fly out to center field. Ford, you can see over here, doesn't give up many hits. The column 3 is the hit column, and half of his numbers are 1. Sorry, I've got a kind of a hoarse voice today. And he doesn't walk many people, and he's pretty stingy with the home runs, so that probably accounts for his ERA of only 3. Clemente flew out. Now here's Dick Stewart, 2 down, and Stewart is hitting 500. He wasn't in the last game, but he got 2 hits in the first game, and Stewart is going to hit a sharp ground ball to Richardson, and he's out. Okay, so Mizell Vinegar is a left-handed pitcher, so we have lefties on the mound for both teams, and Stengel has really changed his lineup around quite a bit. He's got Serve playing instead of, I guess he had Berra playing in the second game, and Hector Lopez. So he really has had different lineups each game, and these are the actual lineups. And he's got a lot of right-handed hitters in because it's a lefty on the mound. So serve, he's had one at-bat he pinch hit, and this is earlier in the series, and this is a grounder out to the pitcher. Now here's Maris, left-handed hitter. He's the only left-handed hitter besides Kubek, and this is going to be a short fly to center. And now we've got Mantle, switch hitter. Mantle is going to hit a ground ball to Hoke at third, and he's out. So the Yankees are down no games to 2, and in real life they really battered Pittsburgh in the second game. I think they scored 13 runs in real life, but they need to win this game or they're going to be in big trouble. So we're back at the top of the second. Gino Cimoli is up. He's going to pop out. So you can see Ford was not really a strikeout pitcher, and if he would have had a 2 up here, which he has no 2s, there would have been a strikeout. Instead, it's a pop out. And we can see here that Ford, through nearly 200 innings, and only struck out 85. Let's see the nicknames here again. Bill Verdon, no nickname. Dick Road, no nickname. There's Ariba Clemente, Dick Stewart. You call him Iron Glove or Cast Iron Glove. Cimoli, not really. Tiger, Hoke, and Mazeroski. The Yankees, nothing for Serve, nothing for Maris. The Mick, the Moose, Gill, Ellie Howard, Bobby Richardson. So not a lot of nicknames on these teams or these lineups. Hal W. Smith is up. First time up in the series, and he's going to get a base hit right over Skowron into right field. So 2 hits so far for Pittsburgh, none for New York. Don Hoke is up. He's got 2 hits and 6 at-bats so far in the series, and this is going to be a tough play for McDougal. I think he's going to muff it. He does. There's an error on McDougal at third. 1 out, runners on first and second. They're going to have to try to get a double play here, I think. And Mazeroski's going to try to bunt the runners over with 1 out. It's a little bunt right in front of the home plate. Howard with it. Howard gets the runner at first. It's a successful sacrifice, and now we have 2 out. Vinegar is up, not much of a hitter, so they're hoping Ford can put him away, and he strikes him out. We go now to the bottom of the second. Moose Skowron is up. He's hitting 125 in the series. This looks like it's going to be out a walk. So now we've got McDougal, who is hitting 400 in the series with 5 at-bats, but I think we're going to try to move Skowron over to second. Skowron doesn't have a lot of speed. It's a bunt right out to Vinegar, the pitcher, but he goes to first and gets the out. So now there's 1 out. Elston Howard is up. He's hitting 333 in the series, and he's going to get that righty-lefty matchup to pay off. He lines the ball into left, and that allows Skowron to score. So now Bobby Richardson is up with 1 out. Richardson hitting 286. This could be a double play because Mazeroski's really good, and it is a double play. But anyway, the Yankees get on the board first. Whitey Ford is going to have to pitch well. Again, so far in the first 2 games, the Yankees' ERA has been over 5. Verdon is up, flew out to right first time up. This could be an error on Richardson. He's above average, but it is an error. So New York has committed 2 errors now in 3 innings. Not good. Dick Grote is up. He got the base hit last time up. He's going to try to bunt Verdon over, and he does. Playing a lot of small ball in this game. Here's Clemente. Now I kind of have a decision. Do I want to walk Clemente? Well, we'll go ahead and pitch to him. And this could be an error on Kubek. Kubek. He's about the same as Richardson. And he commits an error. Wow, 3 errors on the Yankees in less than 3 innings. So we've got 1 out, Stewart up. Stewart is a double play machine, so the infield is at double play depth. Stewart has 2 RBIs in the series. Okay, here comes the chairman of the board. Oh, and the righty-lefty matchup pays off for Pittsburgh. It's a base hit out to left, runner scores, and Clemente, he's fast, gets over to third. Tie game, and now Simoli is up. They're at double play depth again to try to get the double play. And this is going to be a dribbler. Right out in front of home plate. Howard goes to first, gets the out. It was not a sacrifice, but Clemente has to stay at third. Okay, here's Hal Smith. Hal Smith 2 out, and Smith is going to fly out to right field. So we've got tie ball game, but boy, that is a glaring situation here for New York. 3 errors in 3 innings. Number 8 hitter, Tony Kubek. He is going to get a hit. A double in the corner. Okay. Tony is hitting .333. Now we got Whitey Ford up. Lefty against lefty. I think we're just going to let him hit and hope that he can move the runner over. There's a tough ground ball to Dick Stewart, who is terrible fielding, and it goes right off his glove. They're not going to call an error on the play, but Kubek comes all the way around from second to score. Yankees ahead now. Here's Bob Serve. He's a terrible bunter. So we hope he's got power. We hope that he can get a hold of it, but he strikes out. 1 out. Here's Roger Maris. 39 home runs. He was the MVP for the American League, and he hits a tough ground ball. It's off Mazeroski's glove. He dove for it, but it went off the end of his glove into right. Ford has to stay at second because he's not very fast. Mantle is up. Mantle is hitting .444. 4 hits, a home run. Okay, let's see what Mantle can do here against the lefty. And he pops out to second base. Almost a strikeout. Vinegar is not really a strikeout pitcher either. Vinegar, 211 innings and 113 strikeouts. He's better. So he's from Vinegar Bend, Washington. Boy, the information here is quite detailed. Vinegar Bend, Washington County, Alabama. We don't know what his height is. I wonder why they didn't put his height down. Okay, Skowron is up. 2 out. Moose walked last time. See if Moose can bring some more runs in for the Yankees. This is a tough fly out to a great fielding right fielder. Looping drive, and he's going to, boy, if there was anybody else out there, I don't think they could have made the play, but Clemente can make the play. Top of the 4th, Yankees with a 1-run lead. Don Hoke is up. He's hitting .286, just about what his real average was. And I think, it's a ground ball to McDougal, and he makes the play. Mazeroski is up. Bill is going to, I think, fly out to Mantle in center. And now here is the pitcher, Vinegar Bend. And he is going to ground out to the shortstop, Kubek. 3 up, 3 down. And you can see here that Ford has 8 more batters he can face. Not many batters. And Vinegar can face 14 more batters. Okay, McDougal is up. He sacrificed bunt, his first at bat. That's going to be a strikeout. So that is the second strikeout for Vinegar Bend. 29 years old. I thought he would be older than that at this point. 1960. Okay, Elston Howard. He got a base hit that's going to be a deep fly out to left. Nearly put it out, but left field in Yankee Stadium is where home runs go to die, they say. Bobby Richardson is up. Grounded into a double play last time. And this is going to be a looping drive to left. Will it drop? Will it drop? Will it drop? No. Simoli is able to catch up to it. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Whitey Ford, you can see here he's rated a 1 here for will he get a batter's faced boost. I don't know how big the boost is in 1960. Maybe 7 more batters he could face, but right now he's only got 8 that he can face before he has to take that test on whether he'll get the boost. Verdon lines out to right field. The good numbers here to stop those hits from Whitey Ford. Ford has been given the thin margin of only 1 run advantage, so he's got to not make any mistakes. Here's Grote. Grote has singled his first time up and then bunted a runner over on a sacrifice. Oh, he gets a strikeout. I think, oh, that's a second strikeout. Here's Clemente. Clemente could hit it out of here. And he walks, I think. Yeah, but he's going to try to steal on Howard and Ford is really good at holding runners on. So you can see this action chart G, because that's what was on Clemente's card. There's a good chance he'll get caught stealing, because Howard is good, Ford is good, and there's a pickoff. Maybe Ford will throw it into the first base dugout. He does. Oh no, there's the 4th error. Now it's a little tense. Stewart got a single the last time he was up, and he's going to strike out this time. Okay, Whitey Ford, you can see over here this 4 in the green kind of circle, whatever you want to call it. He can only face 4 more hitters. Kubek is up. He doubled. He's hitting .333 for the series. Wow, this is a long ball, and it's to right field. We'll see if it's going to be out of here, and it is. Tony Kubek hits one out to the short distance to right field, and now the Yankees have an insurance run. Whitey Ford is up. Boy, the Yankees need to win to get the series back under at least the hope of control. Otherwise, they're going to be down 0-3. Bob Serve is up. Bob is 0 for 2, and it's only his. He pinch hit earlier in the series, but this is his first start. Okay, Serve walks, and there's an early hook base runner situation on the horizon for Vinegar Bend. If he walks or allows another hit this inning, he'll go to his B ratings. Right here you can see they're all the worst numbers that he could have. And now there's a wild pitch possibility. Vinegar Bend is above average at not throwing wild pitches, but it's in the dirt, and the catcher Hal Smith blocks it, so they don't have to worry about that. Okay, we have a lefty-lefty matchup here, so a little bit of an advantage to Mizell. 1 out. Maris has a base hit, and I think he walks Maris. this brings up Mantle. And that early hook rule that I mentioned has come into effect. So even though Vinegar Bend can face a lot more batters, he is going to be on his B ratings now. You see all of his numbers have grayed out. Just these, and he's facing Mantle, who has incredible power, and he's facing him at a great disadvantage, a righty-lefty disadvantage also. Okay, Mickey is ready to try to do some damage here, and he hits a ground ball to third. Wow, that he went out of the strike zone to hit that, and it went to Hoke, and they tried to get a double play, but they couldn't. But now there are 2 out. Skowron is up. Still Vinegar Bend on his B ratings. Skowron has almost as much power as Mantle. Let's see what he can do. There is a double to center field right over Verdon's head. That was because of these B ratings. And Mantle, who is above average speed still, is going to try for home, and he is safe. So Skowron clears the bases, and now the Yankees lead 5-1, and they're going to replace Bend with Joe Gibbon. This is his first appearance. Got a runner on second, 2 out. McDougal is up, and McDougal is going to walk. So you can see also here with replay baseball, when there is an extreme difference between how the pitcher is done against righties and lefties, they give them a special card. And against lefties, you can see all these ones, and ones for the home run power section here. And then against righties, the numbers are higher, and he did a lot worse against righties. And you can see here, he got a 4 if he would have been facing a left-handed. Well, this is really against, well, Skowron was, I guess it's still McDougal. It would have been a 3 if it was a left-hander, which would have been less likely that he could have walked him. Anyway, now there's a wild pitch situation, and Gibbon could throw this one into, or he's going to throw it in the center field. He's going to try to pick off Skowron, but he's it looks like Mazeroski was able to stop it from being an error. Okay, Howard is up 2 down. Howard is going to hit a double to center field. Again, this is because of the righty-lefty big discrepancy. It would have been a 3 if Gibbon had been facing a left-handed batter, and a 3 would have been it would have been a 32. It would have been a line out instead of a 34. So the fact that Gibbon is not good against right-handed hitters really bites him, and McDougal's going to score. So the Yankees have really opened it up here, and Howard is on second. Now there's a 7-1 lead, so it's possible. It's early in the game yet, but the Yankees could get back into this series now with the home games. Here's Richardson. Richardson is going to ground out to the pitcher, and that's the end of the inning. And now here's Ford. Ford with only 4 batters that he can face. Simoli is hitless in the game. Simoli, tough ground ball to Quebec, but he handles it. A lesser rated, if it would have been maybe a 4, it would have been a ground out. I mean, it would have been a ball that would have gone off his glove. It would have been a base hit, infield hit. Okay, here's Hal Smith. Hal is going to strike out, and Hoke is up. Hoke is hitless, and Hoke is going to pop out to the second baseman. So you can see over here, Ford now has 1 batter he can face. If he gets the test, that'll probably allow him to get into the 8th inning. Quebec is up. He had the big home run. He has doubled and hit a home run. in this game. Now his batting average is 400 for the World Series. This is going to be a grounder right back to Gibbon. They throw him out. Here's Whitey Ford getting a big hand from everybody in Yankee Stadium. 3-hitter. He strikes out, but despite the 4 errors by New York, he's only allowed 1 run and only 3 hits. I don't know if he's walked anybody. We'll see here in a second. I can click on the box score and see real fast. Whitey Ford has 1 walk, given up 1 walk. Bob Serve is up, still hitless in the series. He hits a tough ground ball to Mazeroski. If he can avoid a 1 or a 6, oh no, it's a 6. Serve gets that base hit, infield hit by a half step. There's even a little bit of a controversy. They think the first base ump missed that call, but nevertheless, here we go. No replay, no review. In 1960, Maris is up, lefty against lefty. Maris, despite that, still has a base hit, and there's a fly out the center. It's a little interesting. They brought a left-handed relief pitcher in, even though the starter was left-handed, and all the hitters practically on New York are right-handed. Okay, now we'll see if Ford gets a batter face boost here. Mazeroski. Wow, Mazeroski is going to hit that fly ball deep, but he's a right-handed hitter, and it's really hard in New York to hit a home run if you're a right-handed hitter, and it's only going to be a base hit. So now, will he get a, here's his boost check. I told you he had a 1 up here, so the computer rolls a 6-sided die. As long as it's not a 1, it's a 6, so he gets 5 more hitters that he can face. And Mazeroski is going to try to get a jump and steal. If he doesn't get a jump, he won't steal. Ford is great at holding runners on, so it's going to be tough. And Howard is tough too, so they're going to have to roll a 54 or higher, and they don't. So he's going to stay at first. Gibbon is up. They'll probably pinch hit here, and they do. Rocky down. The AI is great here. I don't know. It could just be the way the Pittsburgh lineup is. You know, the bench is set, but they're going to bring in a lefty to face Whitey Ford, and that's going to be a fly out to right. 1 down. Bill Verdon is up, lefty facing lefty. It's going to be a double play, I think. Yeah, there's a double play. Sharp ground ball to Skowron, first baseman to Kubek, back to Skowron for the double play. And you can see here, Ford can still face 3 more hitters, and then I think he'll be on the verge of out of gas. Okay, Roy Face is in. He is a great relief pitcher that year for Pittsburgh. 68 games he was in, 24 saves, and he got 10 wins. So, and he never started a game. So half the time he came in, he either won the game or he saved the game. Okay, here is Mantle. He's going to be batting left now, so he's more of a power threat than he normally is. But he is hitless in the game. That's going to change here. Oh, no, it's a walk. And he may be able to, if he gets a good jump, he'll be able to steal. And it's a 43 here. He needed to get a 44 higher. He got a 42. Otherwise, he would have gotten a good jump and stolen second base. Here's Skowron. Skowron hits a lot of double plays, but the Yankees have a 7-1 lead, so they're just going to let him try to knock it out of here, and he hits into a double play. See, I predicted that. Okay, here's McDougal. McDougal is hitting .333 for the series. This is going to be, I think, a strikeout. Yeah, Face is tough. Okay, we now have... I think I'm going to try to bring in. I'm going to bring in Cleet Boyer because he's better at third base than McDougal is. He's a 1, and is much less likely than a typical third baseman to make an error. Grote is up. Grote is 1 for 2, and this is going to be a ground out to Skowron. I wonder if there's a better defensive first baseman. No, there isn't. You see here they're all rated 4, and in the infield, the smaller the number, the better. So, and Skowron, he's a 3, and he doesn't make many errors. So, this is probably the best. Do we have a better left fielder? Well, Lopez is better. I think we'll bring Lopez in as a defensive replacement. Okay, 1 down. Clemente is up. Hitless in the game. He's due. He walked last time. And there is, this kind of represents the ballpark effect. It's very unlikely. He'd have to roll a 6 up here to get a hit, and he does. Man, oh man. Clemente is now hitting 500 for the series. Dick Stewart is up. 1 more hitter that Ford can face before he runs out of gas. Stewart is going to hit a double play. Thank you, the Yankee fan says. And now you can see that Whitey Ford could possibly continue on. He could face 7 more hitters, but if he gives up a hit or error in the 9th inning, then he will go to his B rating. So Ford does have the possibility of having a complete game here. Okay, Ellie Howard is up. He's going to pop out to the second baseman. You can see how good of a card Face has here. He doesn't walk anybody. He's average on home runs. 3 1s up here in the hit column, and all of these numbers are 1s or 2s with just a 3 down here. So he's really tough. You can see his whip in 1960 was just a tad over 1, which is phenomenal. And he had an ERA of under 3. I wonder how he was with strikeouts. Probably not that great. Yeah, he struck out about half the time, half as many innings. Face, he was only 5'8" from Stephentown, New York. And he debuted in 1953, so it's his 7th year. Richardson is up. He is hitless in this game, and he's going to ground out to the pitcher. 2 down. Kubek is up. He's going to ground out to Mazeroski. Okay, so Whitey Ford trying desperately to keep New York in this World Series. He's done an outstanding job. Despite 4 errors, he's only given up 1 run. Only 5 hits in 8 innings. He could face 7 more. He can get through the game with a complete game if he doesn't allow a hit or a walk. Lower part of the order, number 5 hitter Gino Simoli. He's hitless. And this is going to be a dribbler to the catcher. Howard jumps on it, throws him out. 1 down. Here's the catcher, Hal Smith. We'll see if the AI, which is excellent, will start pinch hitting. No. There's a deep fly to right. He nearly put it out, but Maris was there to take it right in front of the fence. And now Don Hoke is the only hope for the Pirates in this game. If he gets out, the Yankees will be back in it, down 2-1. Here's Howard, and he's going to strike out. So Ford ends strong, and that is it. Whitey Ford, the MVP. No injuries to report. And if you like this game, please give it a like. If you like the video, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And this is Lefty Dad signing off from Yankee Stadium in New York.